A good professional bowler will have many skills that make up their elite game, and one of those skills is excellent spare shooting. Being a proficient spare shooter is a must if you want to compete at the top level, and one part of being a great spare shooter is the ability to make difficult conversions. There are a number of splits that we commonly see left that have a very low conversion rate, but every now and then these do get made on TV. In this video we're going to take a look at a number of so-called impossible splits being made by PBA bowlers. A number of these were made at crucial points in a match, but no matter when these splits were made, they were still incredibly impressive. So let's start with number 1, Chris Barnes. Our first entry on this list comes from Chris Barnes during the 2005 Tulsa Championship. It was the first semi-final match and Barnes was up against Tommy Jones and they were bowling on the cheetah pattern. Jones got out to a quick start with 4 in a row. Barnes meanwhile had opened in the 4th after leaving the 4-6-7. Jones was looking to increase his advantage but left a split himself in the 5th, the 3-4-6-10, which he did manage to convert, so that's just a little bonus split for you all to enjoy. Barnes tried to get himself back into the match, but a 10-pin and a 7-pin stopped him from stringing anything together. He was trying to strike out in the 10th frame to force Jones to mark. He got the first strike but went through the nose and left a bit of an unusual combination, the 4-6-7-9. But he managed to spare it, hitting the 4-pin over to the right side. This is probably the best way of attempting this shot, as if you try and hit the 6-pin you run the risk of leaving the 9 standing. This meant that Jones just needed 9 pins in the first shot in the 10th, and Jones would do enough to advance.
Plane right through the face, almost leaving the Greek church. How about that spare? Takes care of it beautifully. What a mark there for Chris Barnes on a split.
Number 2, Major Mika. It was the 2004 Baby Ruth Real Deal Classic, and the first match of the telecast was a wildcard match, and it featured Major Mika and Jason Couch. Mika started well, throwing some excellent strikes. Meanwhile, Couch was getting visibly frustrated after he left 7-pin after 7-pin. In the 6th frame, he almost left a 7-10, and this would be his 4th 7-pin of the match so far. Mika went high in the 7th frame and almost left the 4-10, but the 10-pin just fell. His next shot did turn out to be a split, the 4-6-10, and miraculously he managed to convert it. Jason's face just about said it all, and he would have been sitting in his seat thinking that he's now right back in this match. In actual fact, this improbable conversion from Mika would mean that he would defeat Couch and move on to the semi-final.
Just 1 of 10 so far. Almost impossible. He gets it off the back of the wall. Unbelievable! Look at Jason. Jason is like waving the red flag, the white flag. Watch this. Straight and hard at the 6-10. The 6 comes out from the back. It takes out the 4. Major Mika's at it again.
You saw Jason's facial reaction. He's very expressive, certainly.
Number 3, Anthony Simonsen. During the 2020 PBA Tour Finals, it was Anthony Simonsen that pulled off an impressive split pickup. It was during a head-to-head match up against Jacob Buttroff, and it was just the 2nd frame of Game 1 that saw Simonsen lead the 2-8-10. Simonsen actually threw a backup ball to pick this up, which does make it easier, but it's still an impressive spare all the same. There was only one bad thing about this spare, and that was the fact that because it was 2020, there were no crowd there to enjoy it.
Looks like it was in a pretty good spot. There's a backup ball. There it was.
There it is. There's
He
a backup
brings
ball.
out the backup ball for the conversion. Oh, what a shot by Simonsen.
Are you kidding me?
You cannot get a
Incredible.
ball to hook enough on the backhand throwing a backup ball with one hand. No way, but with 2, he can do it.
Oh.
Number 4, Brad Angelo. A bowler who was always fun to watch when he made it onto a telecast. This was during the 2004 Medford Open, and Angelo was playing Norm Duke in match 1. Angelo started with the first 3 strikes but left the 3-4-10 in frame 4. This is one of those shots that just looks very impressive, but essentially if you can make the baby split, you have a good chance of taking out the other pin too. However, it still takes some accuracy. He managed to make it, but this wasn't the only split Angelo converted. Just 2 frames later he left the 4-7-10, and this pickup was very impressive and it kept Angelo in the lead by 9 pins. Unfortunately for Angelo, Norm kept striking and Angelo made a couple of errant shots, which meant he would lose this match. Even so, both of these conversions in the same match were very impressive.
Pattern, the shark pattern B.
Kicks it across the lane, takes out the 10-2 split conversions. Brian Angelo coming through big time, folks. Just when it looks like he's going to give Norm an opening, he says, no way, let me shut that door in your face.
Number 5, Mike Fagan. We go to the 2006 US Open now, and it's match 1 with Mike Fagan facing Robert Smith. Both of these players were playing a pretty extreme angle, with Fagan lofting it throughout the match. It was incredibly close all the way until it looked like a complete disaster for Fagan as he left the 6-7-10, but he slides it across to make the crucial spare, and this keeps him right in the match. He does only get 8 on the field shot, but it still means that Smith must strike in the first ball in the 10th, which he is unable to do, and Fagan advances. This split conversion was obviously huge and basically won him this match. And that will bring us to an end of today's list and this video. I hope you all enjoyed this little rundown of some of the best splits made by PBA pros. I've done 2 previous videos like this. I'll leave a link to the first one above, and if you want to see the second one, just go onto my channel and take a look. If there's any split conversions that I haven't covered in any of these videos, then let me know in the comment section below, and I may well do another video because obviously over the years there's been some fantastic splits made on TV, and I might even do one as a little recap of all the splits made in the 2023 season. Once again, I'd like to thank you all for watching, and if you have enjoyed what you've seen but you've yet to subscribe, I'd really appreciate it if you would just click the subscribe button below. And as always, thank you bowling fans, and see you all next time.